Welcome back inside the Now Morning Show. Now, back on November 20th, which was World Children's Day, the National Child Policy was launched, and it's now a white paper heading into December to be put into the process that has to happen. And this morning, I want to chat with a child development specialist at the Gender and Child Affairs Unit, Mrs. Rosanna Cardines. Good morning to you, Mrs. Cardines.
Good morning. Good morning. It is a pleasure to be here this morning.
I'm so happy to have you here, and congratulations on getting the child policy launched and making it into a white paper. What does that mean?
What it means is that for the first time in the region and in Trinidad and Tobago, we have a document that will serve as a guidebook to all of the agencies and all of the persons in Trinidad and Tobago, which will spell out to us how children should be treated. And really, it will more so serve as an accountability document to ensure that children are loved, that they are protected, that they are supported, and that they are empowered. And more or less, basically, it is a guidebook to help Trinidad and Tobago become the type of place where children can not just survive, but thrive in these difficult times.
All right. So I'm curious, though. You know, this is a piece of paper. This is a policy. How do we implement this to make it so that the citizenry, they understand what's inside of it and how it can benefit them?
Okay, so policies are like guides. They're different from legislations. Legislations really tend to have consequences attached to it. But policies, why I prefer policies is really it speaks more to the morality of persons. It speaks more to that higher sense of what should be done. And what it does, we all have this general idea that, we should take care of children, that we should love children. But one of the difficulties is the how. We know what should happen. We know the type of country we would want Trinidad and Tobago to be, but it's often very difficult to know how to get from where we are right now, because I think we can all agree that there is room for more improvement. But the difficulty is often, how do we get from where we are to where we need to be? And so that's where policies come in place. They lay out the principles, yes, and the general belief system that we should have. But more so, what makes this policy awesome is that there is an implementation plan that has over 150 strategies to help Trinidad and Tobago get from where we are to where we want to be by the year 2030. And so some of these strategies may include things like behavior communication campaigns. It would include some of the more technical things like the creation of either new authorities, the creation of strategies that all of the government ministries can come behind and support and also put money towards, so that children at the end of the day can have their rights protected and also that they can achieve their fullest potential.
This is great. Tell me some of the things that the National Child Policy has been able to achieve to date.
Okay, so now the National Child Policy at the Gender and Child Affairs Division, we are big on child participation and inclusion. So the overall strategy for implementing the policy is that we have a guiding committee that is made up of different government, NGO ministries, and we also have support from the UN. And this committee basically would go through all of the projects and ensure that the projects would run. So it would mean liaising with government ministries, liaising with NGOs, to make sure that some of the key things are done. So this committee has been set up. And one of the things that sets it apart from others is that we have on the committee one of our former child rights ambassadors, Priyanka Lala, who is also the UN representative for East of Caribbean, right? And she's just 15 years old. And part of that, so that she's on the overarching National Child Policy Committee, but she also leads a child committee made up of about 9 other children, just like her, who have been trained in child rights and child participation. And what they do is they provide input to the overarching committee to ensure that we're not just creating a world for children, but we're also including children in the process. So they are part of the developing the concepts as well as implementing and monitoring and evaluating whether this project was effective or whether they actually can feel the changes happening. So that's one of the major things that we've done. We've also are proud to know that we have completed the development of an online child abuse awareness quick course. One of the strategies under the policy is to ensure that children are protected, and part of that involves training adults and training child caregivers in the legislation, as well as some of the practical ways to ensure that children are protected. So we would have launched that course earlier this year, and we're pleased to record that over 9,000 persons completed that course this year. The courses can still be accessed on our website, opm-gca.gov.tt. And one of the wonderful things about this course is that we were selected as a finalist in the Inter-American Development Bank's and the President of Trinidad and Tobago's Award for Innovation in the Public Service. And right now we're actually in the middle of the People's Choice Award voting segment for this quick course. It's a 30-minute course that you can do online. And we want for you to go and vote for us, to go on menti.com, put in the code 86062830, and to vote for us as one of the most innovative programs that was done for this year for children in particular. So we had the child abuse awareness course. We have the committees, which are the overarching implementers and monitors for it. And there's also the development of the child safeguarding strategy. And this strategy is to ensure that, you know, one of the issues we have in Trinidad and Tobago is that persons or agencies tend to work in silos. So one person is doing one project, another person might be doing a project in the same area. So this child safeguarding strategy is designed to ensure that everyone is on the same page and that we're working together to make sure, in particular, that children are protected. And so we've already hired a consultant to work there, and they are beginning to pull together the safeguarding strategy, and we're hoping that that can be completed in the first quarter of next year.
All right.
And sorry, yes, you have a question?
No, I was just going to get to the social media competition that you guys have going on to get the public more aware of the actual details of the policy.
Definitely. So we want for you to know that we've created child-friendly versions of the policy, both in English and Spanish, and we have a competition to promote the national child policy. Now, this competition is based on the 6 agreements that I mentioned earlier. Children should be loved, valued, nurtured, etc. And you have the opportunity to win over $25,000 in scholarships for children and grocery vouchers for adults. And we really see it as a gift to the nation. All we want for you to do is to select which of the 6 agreements you like the most, and to create a 1-minute video. You can be as creative as you want, saying which agreement you like, why you like it. And more so, we want you to partner with us. So we want to know what you commit to do to see this particular agreement achieved in your community or for the children in your circle. And so we will be, the competition runs until December the 13th. You can go to our social media pages where you will find the link to upload the video. Or you can go to our website where you will be able to see both the child-friendly versions as well as the full version of the national child policy. So we really want for you to participate, be as creative as you want. We already are grateful to have the input of some of the local social media influencers participating as well. So we want for you to just stretch your creative juices. This is the time for all of the arts persons and those who are tech savvy. And even if you're not tech savvy, you could just use your cell phone and create a 1-minute video saying why you like this particular agreement and what you're going to do to see it happen for the children in your circle.
And we can find the child-friendly versions on your Facebook and Instagram pages as well, right?
Yes, we also have an animated version of the policy because, you know, everybody learns differently and not everybody has hours to go through it. So you can find it on Facebook or Instagram at Gender and Child Affairs, or you can find it on our website, opm-gca.gov.tt/National Child Policy.
All right. I want to thank you so much for joining us this morning, Rosanna Cardines. And congratulations on this. We look forward to it moving from a white paper. The next paper is a green paper, I believe, yeah?
Yes, afterwards it would be officially signed off.
All right, fantastic. So we look forward to when it's officially signed off. But in the meantime, guys, you can be a part of the competition. Head across to opm-gta.gov.tt for all the information that you need. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Mrs. Rosanna Cardines, Child Development Specialist at Gender and Child Affairs. All right, guys, on that note, we take a quick break and we come back with more inside the Now Morning Show. Stay tuned. We still have a lot in store for you guys, all right?